Save up to 50% in Dunelm's Easter event. Online and in-store now. Dunelm, the home of homes. T's and C's apply.
Across Lincolnshire.
This is Greatest Hits Radio.
The top stories this hour. Labour's criticising the government's free childcare policy for England, claiming ministers have made a pledge without a plan. From today, eligible parents and carers of 2-year-olds will be entitled to 15 hours a week. Some nurseries have long waiting lists. Shadow Cabinet Minister Nick Thomas-Symonds says the funding's not enough to meet the demand or cover new staff costs.
What the government has done is allowed the number of childcare places to be reduced between March and December last year by over 1,000, alongside a reduction in the number of providers.
The government says funding will stimulate expansion in the sector. J.K. Rowling's questioning freedom of speech in Scotland following the introduction of a new law targeting people who intend to stir up hatred. The Harry Potter writer's become a target online for her opinions on trans rights and gender identity and has now tweeted a challenge to police to arrest her. But First Minister Humza Yousaf insists the new law does not bar free speech.
It is not Twitter police, not activists, not the media. It is not, thank goodness, even politicians who decide ultimately whether or not a crime has been committed. It will be the police to investigate in the Crown, and the threshold for criminality is incredibly high.
Some Welsh businesses may be getting hit with a double struggle as prices go up and organisations make changes ahead of the new financial year. Business rate relief for retail, leisure and hospitality in Wales is coming down to 40%. It's 75% in England. They might also have to find cash to cover a 10% rise in the minimum wage, something Chelly Evans, who runs a pub in Wrexham, knows all too well.
At the end of the day, we're just about managing, and it is a struggle for pubs to keep people in jobs, never mind keep a social standing in your community.
There's a risk of localised flooding in some parts of southern England to see out the bank holiday weekend. Heavy rain with hail and thunder are possible. Meanwhile, drivers are being advised to wait until as late as possible this evening to set off to avoid traffic.
Weather.
With UK Eco Energy Solutions Limited. Go eco with a new air source heat pump with their boiler upgrade scheme.
Cloudy in the north with rain overnight, showers in the far south, clear elsewhere, so misty by morning. That's the latest. I'm Richard Murie.
The UK's official Top 300 most streamed songs from the 70s, 80s and 90s.
Heading towards the number one, we're into the top 20 and the highest position in our Top 300 countdown for Michael Jackson.
Sound like this.